Party like a rock star. Now, I'm not going to get into very many details, personal issues about my life in particular. What I will tell you about, inshallah, is some of my friends. And when you're listening to this, I would hope that, inshallah, those of you sitting here today, try to benefit from this and try to compare yourself to the friends that I had back in the day. Try to compare them to the friends that you have, perhaps right now, or you might have had. 3 friends in particular that I used to hang with all the time. And these aren't fictional characters. These are people that I would go to their house, they would come to my house, sleepovers, eat with their families, my family knew their families, everything. Really close people. I would maybe even consider them best friends. 3 particular people that we're going to be dealing with. And the interesting thing about these guys was that we had the same lifestyle. We were on the same path. We had the same mentality. We did the same things together. And we thought with the same mind. And so, this is what friends are. And the thing is, though, that we had the same values in the sense of, the same values in terms of always just wanted to have a good time. That's all, that's our whole purpose. Our values were basically revolving around, did I have a good time today? When's the next time we're going to have a good time? Let's have fun. Why can't I have more fun? And then right after you're done having fun, okay, what do we do next? Let's have some more fun. You know, you go to bed at night, you feel like nothing was accomplished. You feel like, yeah, okay, up, roller coaster went up, down, left, right. Yeah, I did it before. Okay, now what? I don't know, do it again. Let's have more fun. And that's exactly what we kept on doing. We just kept on playing and having a good time. And eventually, I started to realize, you know what? Is this how I value myself? Is this where my life is headed? And I started to question this idea, and I thought to myself, then what? Where does it lead? What's the point? Do I really want to have these friends? Do I really want to stick to these people? And I thought, even the concept, if let's say I were to have the most fun possible, who does have the most fun in life in general? It's usually celebrities, right? They usually have a great time. That's at least what we think. But we see they're in and out of rehab because they're hooked on drugs, right? And all sorts of celebrities have to have psychiatrists. They need shrinks because they have all sorts of problems. You know, it's unbelievable to see that this idea of pursuit of fun constantly, it just doesn't work. So I looked at another group of people. I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I won't chill with this group of people. In my high school, and just like I'm sure you guys have in your high school, so there's the people that are always looking for fun. So who's group number 2? Group number 2, I look to a bunch of people, and what do I find? People that are very much, they put value into money. And I'm sure you guys have this, right? You have people that always dress chic, always get the latest clothes, always looking good, right? Am I correct? Is anybody awake? Should I clap? What's going on? Should I wake you guys up? Okay, so you guys know what I'm talking about, right? In your school, there are always people that try to act super cool, super chic, right? And I thought, maybe these people had it right. Maybe these people were, the right crew to be with. But then you would ask them, just a simple question. Listen, man, you have basically a shirt that's worth 20 bucks, maybe 10 bucks, and you paid $250 for it. Just so it has a little name on it, or just so it has a certain brand or whatever. Why do you do that? Are you trying to impress somebody? And they'll say, no, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just do it for myself. I just do it because it makes me feel good. And you have to think about that. If money makes you feel good, then where are your values? Are you telling me that I have to cover myself in an expensive shirt, $300 jeans, I don't know, $400 shoes, and then now that I'm covered with money, now I have inner value, now my soul is at rest, now I feel better about myself? Are you telling me that that's what gives you value? That's who you are? And it goes even further. These people have to wear a diamond chain. Now they have a watch on one hand and a bracelet on the other, and they're even putting diamonds in their teeth. SubhanAllah, I'm sure you've all seen it. Just so you can flood yourself with as much money as possible so you can tell yourself, now I have value, now I have worth. I feel better about myself, I feel comfortable in my skin because I'm just covered in money. So I thought to myself, you know what, this doesn't make sense for several reasons. What about a kid in a poor family? Is he just supposed to kill himself? What's he supposed to do? He's born into a poor family, it's not his fault. So what, he's valueless in society's eyes? No, that didn't make any sense to me. What about recently what's happening in the US and in Europe all over? There's a big financial crisis. There's a big financial crisis. I don't know if you guys know about the $700 bailout, all this stuff. You don't have to look at that. I'm the attraction tonight, inshallah. You don't have to look at that. It's me right here. Okay, good stuff. So there's a big bailout happening in the US and in Europe. And these people, because there's a financial crisis, people are killing themselves in record numbers. There's like suicide watches and stuff, making sure too many people don't kill each other at the same time. Why? Because they lost their money. Now I have no more cash, so what do? My life is worthless. If I have no monetary worth, I have no That's the mentality, correct? So I thought to myself, you know what? And brothers and sisters, I'm just talking to you as if I was sitting in that seat, because I wish I could talk to myself when I was you guys' age. I wish I could tell myself what I know today. So don't take this as a lecture, just try to understand what I'm saying as somebody that's been through this and was looking for a way of life, looking for value in my life. And I hope that you're on that, inshallah, you're on that same track. And on a side note, as I mentioned, it's always the hip-hop guys, it's always the thugs and the hip-hoppers that implement this mentality the most, right? The big baggy clothes that cost so much, and the diamonds everywhere. And subhanAllah, I hope people don't watch television or watch MTV or anything, but if you do, just as a test, if ever you do watch MTV, just put or BET or whatever it's called, just put it on mute for a second. And subhanAllah, you'll think you're watching monkeys just jumping around. If you put the volume off, if you just turn it down, you honestly think it's like, subhanAllah, who changed it to Discovery Channel? Why are they jumping around like this? You think it's a documentary about animals and stuff because it's just embarrassing what they're doing. Anyway, I digress. If you learn about the history, if you learn about the history of how this came about, this whole idea of wearing hip-hop clothes and acting like a thug, I don't know, does anybody know? Anybody know where that came from? No? I mean, it didn't just come out of thin air, you know? It's not like it just happened to be that, you know, dressing big and baggy makes you cool. It's not, people do come up with these ideas and they put it in your head, like, it doesn't come out of nowhere. So does anybody know where this idea came from? Close, very close. It came out of what happened was, as you know, black people were very poor back in the day, and they actually lived in ghettos, as we very well know. And so as they lived in ghettos, being so poor, they'd have, you know, little kids, the parents didn't have enough money to clothe these kids properly. So what would they do? They'd give hand-me-downs. They'd be like, okay, the older brother just gives to his little brother, and then the poor kid doesn't have any money, so he has to walk around with pants that don't fit, that are always falling off of his legs, and they're kind of like low, and so he's always has to pull them up, and he can't really run fast because they're always falling. And same thing with his shirt, it's too big and too baggy for him, and so they lived in the ghetto, they had to do this. And subhanAllah, somebody said this is a perfect idea. I'm going to make this really popular, I'm going to charge kids a lot, and then I'll say, hey, kids, all you rich kids out there, you can be poor just like them by paying a lot of money to me. That's exactly what this style is. That's exactly what the whole concept is. You pay me a lot of money, and I'll make you poor just like them. And I'll make you look like you were going through tough times and you're desperate and so forth. So even the concept doesn't even make sense. It's ridiculous. SubhanAllah, I mean, these guys, Tommy Hilfiger and what's his name, Sean Combs and all, Sean John, that's it, Sean John. All these different companies, these guys are just sitting and laughing, making all this money, coming up with new styles on their own. They're basically saying, hey, maybe I'll just cut a jean here.